And always you're looking at what went really well, what didn't go so well, what you really want to improve. And we always do that, whether the result is a good result or whether the result is not a good result. There are always things you want to improve, and that's what we want, grow as a team and as individuals. And yes, the first thing is that we have to win that game. We want to win that game, and we want to play at a higher level and show the difference between England and Ukraine.
Sarina Wiegman there speaking to BBC Sports. Emma Sanders. It's so interesting, Lindsay, because it doesn't matter how good a side you are or how good a coach you are, if you are not used to something like what happened against Spain, and England aren't used to it, it is difficult to know how they'll react.
Yeah, of course. I think when you have a big loss like this, when you're used to winning, and it's been like that, that's a massive statement. 17 years. This is the biggest defeat in 17 years. Since I played, it was 2009, and we got beaten by Germany in the Euro final. But it's a long, long time ago, and when you take someone out on board, yes, it bruises your ego. But these are professional athletes, and these girls know how to bounce back. We saw it last year, in the friendlies before the Euros. They had some really poor performances in those friendly games, and they have got that bounce back ability, and they've got to be pragmatic about it. They need the 3 points tonight. That's the most important thing. But they obviously want to play well and play with intensity, because it wasn't a good England side on Friday night, but it was a sensational Spain side, and they're world champions for a reason.
Do you both think, Flo, that Jess Carter coming in is the change that was most predictable, given there was some criticism for Esme Morgan and Lotte Wubben-Moy?
I think it's hard because England are missing Leah Williamson, of course, who would naturally play as centre-back. But I think it does make sense to make those defensive changes, because England need to have a set-up for, say, if Williamson is not available, and different ways of playing with different centre-backs. But I think really, for me, watching that Spain game, the midfield was where the battle was lost for England. But equally, Stanway, Walsh, Toon probably are the midfield three that you'd pick. The change today is Blinkiller-Brown in for Toon, which is interesting to see that as well.
Lindsay?
Yeah, it's a really tough balance, I think, because the players that Flo's just mentioned, your Stanway, your Walsh, your Toon, and then Bronze and Greenwood, who aren't starting tonight, these are your tried and tested and legends of this England squad who've won the Euros twice. And so Sarina's loyalty to them is, you can see why that's there, but at the same time you've got to bed in new players into this squad, and they've got to be pushing these players to make this squad better and to grow and to evolve. So I think, for me, bringing in Jess Carter, yes, I think that we know what Jess Carter can do. She'll bring aggression, she brings physicality. Will she need it as much tonight as we did against Spain? I'm not sure, because we'll have large possessions of the ball. But yeah, I think there's a real balance that we really do need to look at the future as well, because a lot of these players who've won the Euros, the likes of Greenwood, Bronze, Walsh, how long have we got left with these phenomenal players?
Flo, thank you very much. Lindsay, thank you as well. We'll be back with those guys closer to kick-off as well. Full commentary at 8 o'clock. England versus Ukraine, really important Women's World Cup qualifier. Obviously, we'll be keeping you up to date as well with how Spain are going on in Iceland. That also kicks off at 8 o'clock. And as we keep telling you, England obviously need a favour from Iceland in that one. Let's check in on Serena Williams' progress at Queen's. James Gregg?
Just a game away are the 23-time Grand Slam champion and Victoria Mboko. They have played brilliantly, Steve. I must say, it looks like they've played together so much. It's hard to believe it's just